Hello everyone. Today in this video we will discuss one of the poem of William Blake, The Sick Rose, which was published in his collections of songs of experience. First discuss a little introduction of the poet. He was an English romantic poet and he was considered as the forerunner of romantic poetry, and he was also a painter and printmaker, and he mostly used images in his poetry, so he's also known as visionary poet. And he also write illuminated poetry which contain images and drawing. And he also wrote mythological books, and he believed in free love. And if we talk about his writing style, so in his writing he mostly used symbols and imagery, and in his work the feature of romanticism are marked, and greatly influenced by French Revolution and war between French and England. And his major works include songs of innocence and experience, There is no natural religion, all religions are one, and the marriage of heaven and hell, the tiger also. So let's begin the poem, The Sick Rose. This is a very short poem, just of 2 stanzas. So let's start. O rose, thou art sick, the invisible worm that flies in the night, in the howly storm, has found out thy bed of crimson joy, and his dark secret love does thy life destroy. So first I'll explain the surface meaning of these lines, and then we will go for its critical analysis. Okay, in the first line the poet addresses the rose, and here some of the old English words are used by the poet. Thou means you and art means are. Then the poet says that, O rose, you are, or thou art sick, means, oh rose, you are sick. And then he tells the rose the reason why the rose is sick, and he says that the reason for your sickness is an invisible worm which comes to you on a stormy night from somewhere, and it find its bird on your petals, and now he will lie on your petals until your life destroy. And he called the love of that worm for the rose dark love. He called it dark love because his love finally result into the death of the rose, so he called its love the dark secret love. So this was the surface meaning of these lines. Now let's move towards its analysis. Here the poet used a lot of symbols in this poem. Rose may symbolize the innocence, purity, beauty, and worm may symbolize destruction, death, or experience. This poem was published in his collection of songs of experience. So we should read this poem in keeping this context in our mind. So the poet is saying that when we are in our childhood, we don't have any bad trait in our personality. We are pure, our heart, our soul is just pure, and we are innocent. And when we grow up growing up, we got experience, and by experience we got a lot of bad traits in our personality, like selfishness and jealousy and these kind of factors, and these traits finally vanish or innocence. So the theme of this poem is innocence overpowered by experience, and there can be different interpretations of this poem. So these lines can be interpreted as an allegory for the corrupting influence of sexual desire. So rose may symbolize the virginity of a woman which is being destroyed by adultery, and one interpretation of this can also be that the rose symbolize the early life of man, and worm symbolize the death of man. So day by day man grows up and moves toward his death. So destruction, death, and strength of time, helpless against time, comparison between life and death are also the themes of this poem. So I hope you guys got it. Thank you. Have a nice day.